What up, guys? Jason Guyman here, and tonight we're going to talk about a little bit of success stories. We're going to talk about some training that we did this weekend, and we're going to have a good time, and we're going to answer a lot of questions. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask because we are ready for getting this stuff on the road. And I would love to help you grow your business, right? That is my goal. My goal is to help you do $100,000 in a year. And as we are speaking, I want to talk a little bit about some people that I got to meet this weekend. It was really cool to meet the people. We ended up having a really good class. And as we were having our pressure washing class and our permanent lighting class, it was awesome to see the people in the room that I got to see. We got to see Dan in the room, and there was a lot of success in the room this weekend. And so I was excited to see that. And as I always say, you never know who you may see. And yes, I am tired. I was supposed to have a Zoom call tonight for my members, and I didn't make it because I was tired. Today wore me out. So with that, I want to hit on a little bit about how one person did $11,000 in the very first month of starting a pressure washing business, right? This was his first month starting a pressure washing business, and I want to hit on some things that he has done, some things that has worked for him, and some things that are, that can help him grow and maybe help you grow. And I will also want to hit on another thing because as I was teaching the class, we were at this house and, we pull in this subdivision and it was something that a lot of people are like, this has got to be my subdivision. And I want to hit on reason why those are not my subdivisions, right? And so these are things that we want to hit on so that way you can grow, scale your business, and find the right customers. Because at the end of the day, it is about finding the right customers. But before we get started, let's see what all we got going on here. We got Mr. George. What's up, JG? Big time in the house. How you doing? Soft Wash Pros. We have what's going on, everyone, here from Indy to ready to rock this week. Nice to see you from Indy. Howdy from Washington. This guy had a busy weekend. I am still working. It was a busy weekend. I have been we went Friday from like 8 o'clock till I didn't get home till almost 9 o'clock because I always like going out and eating dinner with the guys when we do class because, that bond, a lot of times you hear a lot of information, you do different things. That's why I like doing it. What's up? Are you tired? Yep. Hey, Jason, hope you guys have a good weekend. We had an awesome weekend, a lot of learning going on. Square foot for HO complexes, 1 to 2 story. I shoot for that per day, or you can do however. Anyone in here use a bartering service? I'm trying out Green Apple Bartering Network. Never even heard of it. Might been pricing 10 to 12 cents per square foot. Chris put awesome class this weekend. It was an awesome class. I was glad you got to come. And here's the thing that I started doing in this last class, and Chris was part of it, and I got him out of his comfort zone, right? I made people stand up in front of people and talk, and Chris was the first one to do it, which is awesome. And so that is what I try to do is get you out of your comfort zone to help you understand how you can be better and how we can help you be better. And that is the goal, is helping you be better. No, there was no Zoom tonight. I was tired. That was supposed to be at 7. I didn't get home till almost that time, and I was wore out today. One day, got 2 leads that day, another one. Thomas and Bella. What's up, Jason and business friends? Hello. What's up? Mr. Tyler Zimmerman was there. He's an awesome dude to be around and learn things from Mr. Tyler. Sign stopped working recently, weird enough, but I ordered more. Keep it rolling. You got the right phone number on it. That was fun. All right, so let's get going here. Let's get talking here. The book of the week. I'm going to go with the book of the week. Would be the book of the week. I'm going with is Traction. That's the book I've been reading. I recommend it 100%. If you are trying to grow and scale your business, not really start your business, but if you're trying to get your business from 100,000 to 1 million, I would highly recommend this book, Traction. You maybe be at 50,000 and moving up, but if you're looking to start adding employees, start doing those things, this is a great book that I would highly recommend you to read. Is Traction. It's a great book to understand business and how you can run meetings and how you get stuff done. And that's the reason why we want to think about that book. What do you think about Profit First System? I think it's a great system. I think it's 100% a great system. I think that if you're not using it, you better have a really good CPA and keep you successful. Just ordered 500 yard signs. They are on sale this weekend. I don't know if you go through moneybushes.com if they will come up or not. But they are on sale this weekend. Like they're having a huge sale at moneybushes.com. So if you're looking to get yard signs, I don't even know if I'm going to get anything off of it, but they're having a huge sale at there. Great to see you close last month with 16.5. Keep up the marketing. And then Gina Wickman. All right, let's hit on some things here. Let's talk about how somebody can start a pressure washing business with used equipment, with not a lot of business background, that don't have the best background, and can end up doing $11,000 their first month. I'm also going to talk about how people can grow their business and do $100,000 or $150,000 with very minimum equipment, right? This is something that a lot of times we see people and they're like, man, I got to have all this equipment. I got to have all this equipment. If I don't have all this equipment, I can't make money. And I want to show that that is the dumbest thing that you could ever do. Because what people don't understand is, it's kind of like Chris here. Just got my second sales card, new sales manager hired, and we'll turn him loose next week, right? We got to get sales before we worry about equipment. If we look at Chris Johnson's equipment that he's going to do $1 million this year, he's got the cheap, the metering system. He doesn't have the big one, all of that kind of stuff. And so these are things that we think that we have to do. And so as one of my guys that he actually was in my training class this weekend, and he came in and he started his pressure washing business right at a month ago and ended up doing $30,000 or $10,000, $11,000 his very first month. Now, let's talk about how we get to that point. Do we get to that point by buying all of this equipment? No. As Jason from Gulf Coast put in here, equipment don't make the phone ring. So how did he do it? Well, he did a couple things. One is he went door knocking and knocking on doors. I see a lot of people and they will say, I can't get work. I don't know. Well, are you sitting on your tail, or are you out there trying to hustle and do it? Or are you out there trying to get equipment, right? And so as he was knocking on doors, he got one or two customers. One customer ended up giving 2 or 3 customers. And then he was down doing another street, and he ended up getting a $3,500 job by knocking on a door and talking to the customer. And so this is something that a lot of people will do and have struggled with, of trying to get this. And now this here is a big win right here. I got to take this for a big win. Big Rob had a $21,000 month, which is pretty cool for Big Rob. And you're just getting here. I'm just getting started. So this is definitely something to think about when we are trying to grow and scale. This is something that we need to look at and we need to focus on is how do we get new customers? So as you know, I try to preach, use the justice map and use different things. And as we were in this neighborhood that I did the free house wash for, as I do most of my free house washes, and what I find out is most of my house washes are people that are in neighborhoods that don't need my services, right? They need my services, but they're never going to buy my services. So today was one of those neighborhoods. It's a very nice neighborhood. The house we cleaned was a $300,000 house. The houses around them are worth $300,000, right? And so, but this is a neighborhood, and as the guys were coming in, and I mean, when you go down this neighborhood, you're like, man, there's a dirty house, there's a dirty house, there's a dirty house, one clean house, dirty, 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 right? And so, as I was thinking about it, it's a pretty big subdivision. There's probably 200, 300 houses in this subdivision. And as we're in here, and then one guy's like, man, this is where I go all the time. And I'm like, that's not good, right? Because that is not my customer. Because as I was in business, that neighborhood, I put signs everywhere around that neighborhood because it's not too far from my house. I would put signs at both ends, at their entrances, and I literally never did a house wash in this neighborhood. And so I never did a house wash in there. And so as we were talking about this and as we were doing this, the guy's like, man, this is a perfect place. And I'm like, no, it's not. And so then I was giving them some things to look at so that you can profile a house that would be your customer. I'm like, if you look in this neighborhood, nobody gets their grass mowed by a professional. That's red flag number one. Red flag number two, look at all the landscape. It's all overgrown. That is red flag number two. And so I was giving him things that was red flags that would cause them not to start, this is why you don't want to be in this neighborhood. All the houses are green. They're all green for a reason because they don't want their houses cleaned, right? So these are things that I think as we grow and as we scale and as we figure this stuff out is where are the neighborhoods that I want? What's the look at the houses that you've done and go see, maybe you put it in your CRM. Hey, on 1023 or 623, the house is worth $350,000. 620, this house is worth $700,000. And just keep a track of who are your customers and see what their price range of the house is, right? If it's too small, then don't keep marketing in those areas. Quit putting your signs out over there. DJ's been in business for 3 years, 4 years, and he's never gotten a job over there either. And so, since 10 years of business, because I was in 2012 started, so 10, 11 years in business, me and him has never gotten a house in this neighborhood. And if you look at it, you would think this neighborhood would be the neighborhood that you would want, but it's not, right? And so it's important that we understand how we can find people that we want as our customers. And I know a lot of times this seems like it could be dumb or it can be dumb, but this is very important. Are you putting your yard signs out over there? Because if you are, you're wasting your time most likely. And so this is why it is important. As you grow, I would advise getting your first truck dialed in with the exact formulas to do everything in a book. Because when you hit $92,000 in a month with 3 trucks, you will see the holes in the system. You know what I always say about this? Whether you got 1 truck, the bigger you grow, the bigger you get. Whatever the small things that are problems when you're at 1 truck, all it does is when we do more trucks, it just magnifies it, right? If it's one little thing that we don't have a system down for, and this is what traction comes in place for, right? This is traction, the book Traction. If you haven't read Traction, and yes, Chris, I would highly recommend you to read Traction because you're at the level where you need to be doing exactly what Traction is telling you to do to help you get through these problems here. Because you're right. Whatever the problem you have as a little guy, it just magnifies it when you get bigger. It don't go away. big, little problems are little problems, and they just turn into bigger problems the more we put into trucks and different things. So that is definitely something that you have to think about as we grow and scale it. And this is why I have been so big on systems, right? We have to put systems in place to make sure that we are covering our whatever we need to do, right? We need to cover, and we need to have systems in place for everything, not just the truck, not just the phone calls, not just, right? What is your system for HR? What is your system for customer service? What is your system for the truck? What are your systems and what systems you have in place? Because the systems you don't have in place will be the problems where you're going to have issues. And this is why it is important that we make sure we know how to do this stuff. Nick Nutter. So see, Chris, I'm going to have to tell you, you only did 92,000, but Nick Nutter did his $100,000 month this month. So he did hit his 100,000. I'm assuming you hit your $100,000 month. I know Chris was trying to hit $100,000, and it sounded like he only did 92. So I got to poke a little bit at Chris just because I love Chris, and he would poke back at me if he could. Track everything, and this is important, right? You want to track everything so we know where stuff is coming from, know how stuff is coming from, know where your big customers are coming from, know what's making you the most money, right? Are you making money over here or are you making money here, right? Are yard signs making you the most money or are referrals making you more money? Is Google My Business making you money? Is Google Local Service Ads making you money? Are Google Ads making you money? And am I going to do them all? Yes, I want to do them all. When we're at this level here, we're doing everything. If you're at Chris and that, you're doing everything to make that phone ring, and you're doing everything in your possible power to make sure that that phone gets answered, right? It's not just about making the phone ring. It's also about how do we get that phone answered and get a quick response back to these people and what we need to do. I'm in the live. Hopefully I don't miss much. So if you all have any questions or anything that you want to ask, don't hesitate to ask, because this is about all I had. I was just wanting to get on here to kind of help you understand successes, understand starting a pressure washing business. Yes, you can do $10,000 your very first month. You got to go out there. You got to take action. You got to make it happen. Was it easy for Bradley to do a $11,000 a month? No. One of the jobs he did, and he did join my mentorship. He came to one of my in-person classes, and between those two, we have helped him come along a way through helping him get his pricing up, helping him believe in himself, helping him understand how to not hope for things and actually take action, right? Because there's a lot of things in life and that we can hope for, but hope isn't going to get us where we want to be at, right? We got to make sure that we're doing it. I'm at 8 months now. I don't know who you are, but Facebook user, right? And so this is something that is important as we grow and scale, because here's the thing. If we can do $11,000 a month, all we got to do is 10x it. Now we're at $110,000 a month. And so these are things that you have to understand and will grow your business and get you to where you want to go at. A lot of times people are, and this is the same thing too, that question. I feel like I'm missing a part of the process. Can you go over the process just to confirm I'm doing all that is necessary? So this is something that this is a good question, right? Because sometimes it feels like we are missing the mark. Maybe we're missing something. What am I missing? Why isn't the phone ringing? Right? This is something that we got to be consistent, prolific, and relentless. There's a lot of things we can do that's a lot of different things, but we have to do things that keep getting the phone ring. Figure out what have we done to get the phone to ring and keep getting better and better at that. A lot of times we try to do everything, right? In the beginning of my marketing class yesterday, I tell people, I'm going to give you 20 ways to get business. Pick one or two and get good at it. If you're going to do Facebook, we're going to do Facebook. We're going to be amazing at Facebook, right? One thing that we definitely need to be good at is Google My Business, getting our 5-star reviews, and just making sure that is to the T. Now, from there, it's what are we going to pick out, right? If I'm going to do signs, I'm not going to put out 50 signs and think, well, that didn't work. I'm going to put out, and I'm going to be religious about it, I'm going to put out 50 signs a week for however long I'm going to try for signs. I'm going to at least try a couple hundred signs before I'm going to say signs don't work. Maybe I'm putting them in the wrong place. Maybe I got too much on them. Maybe they don't say what needs to say. Maybe I got the wrong phone number on it. Whatever it might be, we're going to be consistent, prolific, and relentless, right? When we go when we're at a house, when we just do a 5 around, maybe if we're not busy, we're going to do a 10 or 20 around. We're going to hit that whole freaking neighborhood. If you're really not busy and you go door knocking on, hey, we just got done with your neighbor's house. Do you need any pressure? Do you need any house washing stuff done, or do you have any honey-do list that you need done for pressure washing wise that I can take care of it, right? It's how do we talk to the customer? As I've been doing the love language and this stuff in my marketing class on Saturday and getting people uncomfortable, and as they get there, they learn about other people. And Bradley was saying, man, if I would have done this, I probably would have closed that sale, but that person was doing this and I didn't catch the cues of it, right? Or we're trying to sell pressure washing. So one thing that I pushed really hard in my marketing class this week, and I've been pushing hard, is we are not selling pressure washing. If you are selling pressure washing, you are not going to make it in this business. We are selling, sell the benefits of what you're selling, not the features. The features about you, nobody give two rats about you. I don't care, and I'm not just talking about how I live, I'm talking about everybody at this point. Nobody cares about you, right? Actually, there was a bunch of people that have been in my in-person class this weekend. They came back, and it was awesome, right? There's 2 kids, there were actually 3. 2 of them, they're 22 years old, and they did $500,000 last year, right at $500,000 last year. Second year in window cleaning, right? Now they're going to start doing pressure washing. They did Christmas lights. They did $80,000. They sold it for 2 weeks, and that's all they did. And they did $80,000 in Christmas lights. They're coming back, right? But you know what they do better than anything? They have an amazing customer journey, right? They were telling about their customer journey, and it's amazing. And you know what? It ain't got nothing to do with window cleaning. They don't sell window cleaning, right? Window cleaning is not what they sell to get to $500,000. Their average ticket's like $550 for a window cleaning, and that's a pretty good average ticket for a window cleaner. A lot of window cleaners don't have that as an average ticket. So they don't sell window cleaning. They are the most expensive in their area. They don't sell window cleaning, right? If you're selling the thing that you're doing, you will not make it in this business. And it is super hard for a dude to understand this because we want to talk about the features, and it's not about the features. It's like this book says, it's about the benefits, right? It is about the benefits. What are the benefits? What do you think the benefits are for window cleaning? That you get more light in your room, that it lights up your room better, right? That's a benefit. What? You're talking about window cleaning. Yeah, talking about window cleaning. How you can brighten up your life by having brighter windows and stuff, right? Benefits, not features. Not we use an 8-gallon a minute. They don't give 2 rats about your equipment. Nothing. Finding out their pain point and selling the benefit of what you're going to give them. It's not about you. And so a lot of times as we do this, we get the phone to ring, we do whatever, we want to sell them about us, right? We want to put a logo on there. We want to do all this. And that's not what it's about. It's about how do we get more 5-star reviews and tell them what our benefits are. How do we do things that is going to set us apart from our competitors that they will never want to call another competitor, that they will want to tell every friend that they have how awesome and how amazing you are, that, they do everything in their might to answer their phone. They were literally on the phone 2 or 3 times while they were in class of answering the phone on Saturday and Sunday. They were in class Saturday and Sunday, and they were answering their phone on Saturday and Sunday to make sure that phone was getting answered, no matter what, right? And this is important as we try to get business. If we're going to do yard signs, we're going to put them out every week, no matter what. It's going to be religious. If we're going to do Facebook, we're going to do 5 Facebooks a day on our personal page, and we're going to do 5 on our business page. Like, we're going to be religious about it. We're going to 10x it. We're going to do 10 lives every day. We're going to do lives every day. We're going to do reels every day. We're going to do post every day. We're going to do 4 or 5 of those every day. Like, we're going to be religious. Like, everybody is going to know us on Facebook. That's what we're going to do Facebook. We're not going to do one and be like, I did a post, Jason, that didn't mean nothing to anybody, that because we're talking about pressure washing, right? You need your house pressure washed? Nobody's going to say, yes, I need my house pressure washed on Facebook, right? Very few. I'm going to give you an instance, right? I did a live the other day, and I was talking about permanent lighting. Wasn't even talking about permanent lighting. I was just showing how cool it was, right? Someone's like, I want it. They messaged me and said they want it. Okay, I can come do it. I'm not talking about permanent lighting and the brand and we use the best track and blah, 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 blah. No, we're going to give them the benefits. We're going to give them, we can light you up all year long. We can make your holiday, Christmas holiday, we can make Christmas every day for you, right? We going to give them benefits. We love benefits. I have a call yesterday from a guy that all my yard signs end up in his backyard. Then he said that's not good for business, but he sounds like a competitor to try to put me down and I'm not listening. You know, I want to hit on this here. If you're trying to start a pressure washing business, don't be a jackleg and click on people's ads, click on their Google leads, Google guarantee to get their pricing. And the reason why I say that is I've been running people's Google local service ads, and there's a lot of, I sniff a competitor out right out of the get-go. And you charge them $30, $60 for that call. That's a jackleg move. If you think that's cool, karma's not cool back to you. I'm just going to say, I know people that pay $40, $50 a click for Facebook or for pressure washing for you to call to get it. That's not cool. Because like I said, karma's not cool when you do that. And you're charging these people $40, $50, $30, $40 every time that you click on their Google ad or every time you click on their Google local service ads. This ain't even someone local to me. This is someone that you don't know who this is. But don't be a jackleg and call on people's other stuff. Go figure it out, right? I mean, go pay your $100 and join King of Pressure Wash, and I will tell you what you can charge and how much you can make. That's what you do. You invest in yourself. You don't charge someone else, because I'm going to guarantee you karma is not going to be cool to you. Because you think that's cool. Well, if you do make it, you will have 25 people clicking on your ads that have nothing to do with you because you clicked on their ad. So don't be that person. I'm just saying, don't be that person. Disassembling downspout is not fun, very muddy. Yeah, that's not fun. When is it too late to start? Never. When is it too late to start? Today, because you should have started yesterday. The best time to start was 20 years ago, right? Start now. Even if you don't get a whole lot till the end of the year, then that way you are way ahead of the game. So start now. Face full of mud. I'm going to put out 100 yard signs a week. Then put out 100 yard signs a week, right? We are going to do it. Look, Al did $22,000. Nice old Al here, $22,000. If Al can do it, anybody can do it. How much do you think I'll make? I don't know. What's your average ticket? How many calls? How well are you going to answer the phone? Are you going to answer the phone? How well do you talk on the phone? How fast you get your bid back out? Right? These are all processes that mean a lot. That means a lot. For sure. Back to back, $13,000 a month in a 16,000 town. Sell yourself and and push every day. Doing a $4,500 window cleaning next week. Well, that's awesome. I couldn't see the title of the book, who it was by. It's by Chet Holmes. It's by Chet Holmes. It's The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes. This book here is actually the old book. The revised book has like a little yellow thing down here, and it actually has his daughter in it too. I don't have the new book. He looks like a different man. Yeah, I have lost a little bit of weight. I have lost 55 pounds. I started in January. You know, as I was thinking about this and as I was coaching people, and, you know, as I'm doing this, a lot of times it's about discipline, right? And weight is a discipline. What you put in your mouth is being disciplined. If you can't be disciplined in your weight and doing that, how can you be disciplined and tell other people to be disciplined in their business? And so that wasn't the reason why I did this, but it does make me a lot more sense. And being disciplined is how we grow and scale a business. It's not about, it's about being disciplined, that every week we're going to go put out 25, 50, 100 yard signs, no matter what. We're going to be disciplined and go post those 5 Facebook posts that we got to do. We're going to be disciplined and go meet 10 new people this week. We're going to be disciplined and do it over. And we're going to be not only disciplined this week, but we're going to be consistent, and we're going to be relentless, and we're going to do it week after week after week after month after month after year after year after year, right? And that's how we're going to get growing a business. And if you think you're just going to get there right away out of the get-go, that's probably not going to happen unless you hit the right person at the right time, and that's what's going to do it. Customer service and results. Customer service and results, 100%. The harder I work, the luckier I am. 207 5-star reviews on Google, 240 total, less than 2 years in business. Get after it like your life depends on it. That's a high five, dude. I mean, 2 years in business and you're at 240 5-star reviews. That is awesome. And like you say, work hard. Luck has nothing to do with it, right? The luck is the only thing that, if you want to luck into something, it's you have put yourself in the right place at the right time to get things what you want. Welcome to my world. Hi, Jason. I listen to your videos on Spotify. I'm landscaping, and I'm going to be heading into pressure washing. Good. Thanks for the help. Do unto others. Yep. There's enough work for everyone, 100%. I had someone throw my sign over a fence and hiding my signs, but guess what? I'm putting out more and more. I am ready to crack some heads for ripping up my signs. Don't we love people? I have a lot of 2-story brick houses in my area. Can those even be cleaned with low pressure? Yes, they can. You still got to clean all the soffits, and usually brick isn't that dirty. When you build a reputable business and provide value to the customer, they will pay more for you. Trust me, hundreds more for you than your nearest competitor. Got to build relationships. You got to ask for it too. If you don't ask for it, you won't get it. Jason, I make my first 12 in less than 2 months since I started. That's awesome. Just bought a local pressure washer guy who transitioning to renting out photo booths for parties. Happy for him. He is killing it. Most people are transitioning out of business because they didn't know how to run the first business. Having a hard time finding someone to do truck lettering. Our truck magnets hooky. I would think you'd be able to find somebody. Just order 200 more yard signs. Thanks for the consistent motivation, Jason. Why is my injector not pulling? Swapped out with a 2.3, 2.1, and a 2.1. Will not pull 150, but will pull 250 feet, 200 feet. Make sure your gun's good. I know Chip bought a brand new gun, and it didn't work. Like, he was like, it won't pull out, my downstream won't pull. So make sure that gun is a good gun. See if it'll pull when you take that downstream injector off, or take the gun off. Because, like I say, it is definitely something that you have to do to make sure. Because if that gun is not opening all the way, or you have like a smaller gun than your GPM, it will not allow it to flow. it'll cause issue. We're swamped with roof washes, indoor garages, and lights this week. What? You sold light job this week? Good for you, Manny. Yard sign, Google Ads, and GMB. Thank you, Jason. Thank you for the super chat. I have two Sutner guns. Make sure you try both guns. Because one, like I say, Chip had one and it was brand new and it wouldn't work. It wouldn't pull for nothing. So that was the problem that he was having. He took the gun off and it worked. Switched the gun out. It worked fine. Depending on what size hose you have, could cause an issue. If it works at 150 and not 200, that means we're right at that cutoff. Every 3/8 hose, if you're got enough 8 gallon a minute, it's like 300 psi of friction loss. So by adding that next one is enough to kick it up to the next highest pressure. So once we get to that highest pressure, that's going to kick that thing off of there. So that's the problem. So you got an issue somewhere that gun's not opening up. You got the right tips, because that could be causing it. Just some things I'm shooting out there that could be causing you some issues. What's up, Mr. Hodges? I've been washing for a few months now. However, give some tips on how to get big commercial jobs, please. So there's a couple ways to get big commercial jobs. One, flipping rocks. Go knock on doors. Go do whatever you have to do to meet new people that are in your right place. Another thing you can do to get big jobs is join your local chamber of commerce. Can help you get some big jobs with small businesses or maybe people in there. Another one is join the apartment association is another way of getting big jobs. Join your local apartment association, go do their meetings, go do, whatever they have, so that way you can meet other people. You'll get a whole list of emails and phone numbers that you can start calling and emailing people. LinkedIn is another way that you can get some big commercial jobs. So these are all ways that you get commercial jobs. Networking with people, right? If you're in the right network of people, that's another way to get big commercial jobs. If you're around a bunch of poor people that don't own big buildings, you're probably not going to get commercial jobs, right? Go find the big dogs and find out how you get into that clique, and that's how you can start networking through that way also. But again, a lot of times this is flipping rocks. It's doing big jobs, showing that you can do big jobs when you're posting them, and that way people will know that you do big jobs and you're posting a lot about these big jobs, right? You might think this is stupid and that's dumb to do that, but it is not. I promise you, it is not dumb to do this stuff. This is how you get more big jobs, right? When you show people that you can do big jobs, they will give you big jobs. So that's why it is important that we do big jobs, so that way you can show that you do big jobs. When you show that, that's how you get more big jobs, right? And so it is important that we do more jobs and show more jobs and post that we do big jobs and talk about when we're at the big jobs and how we can make your job look amazing, right? Action. If you're a DIY guy, watch Thomas Bland's videos. It's hard not to use Cry could let her up. All the truck, really nice. You don't want to wrap it. Hit the like button. Thank you. Ran into some stamped concrete that was sealed with a solvent-based product. Anyone else come across this? How would you address it? You got to strip it before you put more on it. If the sealer is gone, you don't have to do anything. You can just clean it. But if you still have sealer on it, you got to strip it. Otherwise, it'll have like a white cloudy problem, and you'll have all kind of issues. Depending on what you got to strip it with, will be a lot to depend on it. This here is a huge one too for what this question is up here for King, right? This one here is a huge one. So you want to know what you do? You do unsolicited bid proposals for commercial. I know people that they know if they give out I think it's like $10 million worth of unsolicited bid. They will close. They will end up closing like $1 million or $2 million worth of it. So every $10 million that you give out, you're going to get back. So that's why it's important that you do this. And it's not. I didn't say $100,000 of proposals. I said $10 million worth. And I don't know if it's 10 million, but it's like either $5 or $10 million. That if they do $5 or $10 million worth of bid proposals, they know they're going to close so much of that. And so it does take work. It's not something that it's just going to happen overnight. Just boom, it's just bam, here it comes, right? A lot of people think we got this magic pill that we just throw it up in the air and work's just going to come down without us doing anything. It don't work that way. I promise you, it don't work that way. I've had issues with injectors that had the check valve too tight and the ball bearing on the spring couldn't function properly. Hey, had to close and open video chat. Wasn't working. What's up, guys? Phillips Southwest, Southwash. Super excited. Hoping to close a gas station contract tomorrow. Thanks for the advice. Thank you. Why am I the only one of two that hit the like button? Come on, people. Slap the like button. Randy Crawford liked the question. I have the same question. How to remove sealer and clean and reapply. Depending on what type of sealer it is, you have to get a stripper. Soy gel is one. Sometimes you can get it off with xylene. It depends on how big it is, what it is. It's not fun, I promise you. Networking is where it is at. BNI has really helped me. I know a couple people that have gotten really big jobs out of BNI, and you're not the only one, Nick. I know another person that has gotten a lot of big commercial jobs out of BNI. Again, you got to know how to use the network. You got to know how to deal with people and how to get that to happen. What's the best advice for washing a gas station and what type of soap to use on the pump? I wouldn't try to stay away from those pumps because they got expensive computers in them. And the other thing is, the biggest thing with that is hot water, which you have hot water to pop that gum and oil up. Them are the two biggest things. Start scheduling up July with your commercial work. It will slow down a bit. Yep, I push all my commercial work to July and August because it does slow down for sure. I push everything to July and August because of that. Thoughts on oxalic acid on a cedar ceiling? I don't know how you would keep it up there is the only problem. I don't know how that would work. Be honest. I'd lie if I told you a way to make it work. So I don't know. I don't know on that one. That's a good one. If you need any marketing stuff done, go check out kingofmarketing.io there. I can help you. If you need a template website, we can do that. If you want a custom build type, we can do that. If you need help with other things, we can do that too. So definitely go check it out. And also, if you didn't know, I do have another training class coming up that will be Christmas lights. Christmas lights are stupid profitable. If you want to start making money in the wintertime and you don't have nothing going on and you're not busy, Christmas lights are stupid profitable. You make lots of money with Christmas lights. Like I said, last year I had one guy that was young came to my Christmas light class. He was there for our pressure washing class, and he ended up doing $80,000. Sold 2 weeks worth and did $80,000, and they quit selling it after that. So if you haven't checked it out, you can go to KPT Train. It'll be the Indianapolis class is the next class in July. It's like the 7th through the 9th. It actually might be a little bit longer than that. I don't know yet, but it will be there. And so go check it out. Go sign up. It's with Fred Zimmerman. Fred Zimmerman been in Christmas lights forever. So advice on cleaning oil out of a fairly new concrete without damaging it. Don't use pressure because that is bad for sure. It is really bad on it. I would try to use a good degreaser and heat maybe and rinse it out that way. Christmas lights changed my life, right? Changed my life. So It is a huge business. There's lots of profit in Christmas lights. I know this isn't about Christmas lights, but we're getting around the season. So I want you all to hold me accountable, right? I want you all to hold me accountable. Will you all hold me accountable? My goal by the end of this month, by the end of June, is to have up the new course in christmaslights.io. So I'm redoing christmaslights.io. Right now, all my training goes through King of Pressure Wash for Christmas lights. I'm going to have Christmas lights over here all on its own. I'll still probably do Christmas lights and pressure washing and marketing in the middle, but I'm more focusing on Christmas lights over here. And I'm going to have the online version. My goal is to have the online version up by the end of this month. I have an online version at kingofpressurewash.com, but it's about outdated. There's a lot of things that we don't do anymore that's in there. So that is definitely something that I want to do. I was thinking about going to the indie Christmas lights. It is definitely going to be good. Fred's there. He's about funny, half goofy, so that is definitely worth going and doing it. Baking soda and Dawn dish detergent cleans the oil out of concrete, and he's been doing it for years. That's what I figured. So definitely go check that out. Hey, and if you want to know when I go live, you can text King, King, to 859-696-1101. There'll be some prompts that'll automate it through, and that way I text it out when I go live, right? So that way you know when I go live. But any other questions before we jump off here? I know I'm kind of just chilling right now. You know, as I've been as I have been growing and learning and scaling and doing the things that I do, you know, I call me tomorrow. I just want to talk to you about a website. Well, I will call you, but you have to answer your phone. I've called you like 3 times and you never answer your freaking phone. So if you see a number that is this number right here, answer your phone. That is what I'm going to tell you. Um, I've called you like 2 or 3 times. It goes to voicemail. That's not good business practice. I did not get your text tonight. Text. Huh. That's weird. I don't know if it went out. I mean, I think it went out. I think I put it all the right people. I have put it to the wrong people before. So I have to go see what it did, why it did. Um, but we'll see. Any suggestions on where to stay at in Indy for class? Yeah, we're going to be over. I think it's called Greensburg. I think. Let me look at. I think we'll be in Greensburg. I think Indy. I could be completely wrong. Um, Let me double check though. I don't want you to stay somewhere completely wrong. It's on the east side of town, is where we are at. Um, East side of Indy. It is not Greensburg. That is wrong. That is way wrong. Greenfield, I believe, is where it is. Greenfield is where we're. If you stay in Greenfield, that is where you want to be at. Let me double check here. Let me zoom in and see if I can see the hotel I stayed at last time. I'm pretty sure it's Greenfield. Is that right? Shoot. Or am I wrong again? I think I'm. Yeah, that's where I stayed at. I think it is. Yeah. So it's Green. What is this called right here? Greenfield, I believe. It's north of Greenfield. What's that? Yeah, Greenfield is where I stayed at, right by the interstate. Greenfield, Indiana, is where the house and that will be, and everything will be at. I usually stay at the. There's a Quality Inn that's really cheap, but I don't like it. I usually stay in at the Fairfield Inn or the Hampton Inn Greenfield is where I will be at. I will either be at the Hampton Inn Greenfield or the Fairfield Inn Marriott Greenfield is where I will be at. Any suggestions on where to buy another work truck? That's a great question with everything happening. You know, I got lots of Fords down here from the Ford plant that they won't send out because they don't have the logo for them. Literally, they won't send them out because they don't have the logo for these people. That is what is crazy. Who was all at the class this weekend? Like this, please. That's Mr. Brad Graham. Awesome. But yeah, that's where I will be staying at. So with that, again, go check out King of Marketing. If you need any website stuff, go check out King of Pressure Wash. Every Monday night we do Zoom calls. There's all the 26 steps to the perfect house wash. The checklist are all in there. How to do pressure washing, how to do everything, how to grow your business, how to get marketing, how to get customers, how to do the things you need to do. And that is definitely a what you need to grow your business. Gov Deals, you can probably find a truck off Gov Deals, maybe, but they go crazy on there too, because it's stupid. Because trucks, you can't find trucks right now. But go check out King of Pressure Wash. You definitely don't want to miss out. Is Google Voice worth for marketing? I don't know what about Google Voice about it. Get some rest. That is my goal. My goal is to go swimming tomorrow. I know it's going to be hard for me, but my goal is to go swimming tomorrow and get back on my routine. I've actually been off my routine for a week now, just because I had a lot of crap this past week, and I only went swimming one day last week. So my goal is to get back on my routine and go swimming every day and make that happen. So, or not every day. Actually, this week I'm going swimming on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I'm going to do my dive rescue class on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I'll be diving this Saturday in a quarry up in Dayton, Ohio, I think it is, if anybody's up that way. How much weight have I lost? I have lost 55 pounds. I went from 260 or 319, and I weighed in the other day at 264. So I got 14 more pounds of where my goal weight I want to be at. I want to be under two. I want to be at 250 or under is my goal. Um, this week I actually went up a pound. So my goal is to go back down. So usually I go down 1 or 2 pounds a week, and then I'll go up, and then I'll go down, and then I go up. So that's kind of where I'll be at. Water Rescue Aquaman. Yep, for sure. But other than that, I hope you all have an awesome, amazing week this week. Go out there, do what you need to do the things that are hard to do, and make things happen. Be awesome. Be awesome at what you do. Training for the fire department, yeah. So I'm actually not actually for the fire department. I'm on water rescue, and I'm actually training to become a certified PADI dive instructor, so that way I can instruct for water rescue. I'm just north of Dayton in Troy. But hope you all have an awesome week. Go out there and be awesome. Be positive and just get things done, right? Start taking action and making things happen. See you all next time I'm on.